things you do. And it was called yellow. So then I took my turn. Oh, what a thing to have done. And it was all yellow. Your skin, oh yeah, your skin and bones turn into something beautiful. And you know I love you so. You know I love you so.
And action.
I mean, I was really inspired, you know, by myself, honestly, to go on my journey and just find myself and find who I wanted to be. And being able to go across the country and travel and just make my own living really helped me do that.
And action.
My parents never really meant as much as they should have in terms of parents. My sister, Corrine, was the only one who really meant anything to me out of my family, and understood that I want to be independent and I want to make myself. I don't want to be made by who's around me. My parents didn't really let me be myself. They wanted to give me everything and wanted me to go to college because I was gifted, successful. And I never wanted that. I just wanted to go on an adventure and just live my life.
I met Alex in the bathroom, and when I first saw him, I knew he needed help. And I was alone too, and I didn't like that. Yeah, I took him in with me, and I noticed in his bag he had a lot of books. He didn't have food. He didn't have anything to hunt with. Like, I can tell he's been in the woods by how dirty he looked. He didn't look very good at all. Yeah. I brought him in with me, and he didn't like to talk to me at all. I don't know why. We often argued. Every time I tried to ask him a question, he wouldn't answer it. And we didn't get along, but I knew he had something in his head. He'd stay up all night with a candle on. He would be reading the same book every day, like every morning. Like, every time I see him, he's reading something.
Go.
Chris was a great guy. I mean, he worked really hard. He showed he knew what he was doing when it came to anything, basically. He was a really gifted kind of guy. He was really smart, you know, from what I saw. He was different, is the best way to describe him. I'm trying to think of the word for it. He made himself stand out, and in any situation. He never really wanted to be like the rest of the others, and that made him real special, you know. And I'm glad I had him work for me, you know. Gave him some money, helped him along with his journey, but it's just kind of tragic that he ended the way he did, you know. But at least he was doing what he wanted to, versus dying on the way there. At least he got to Alaska. That's all I'm happy about. I'm just happy he ended up getting to do what he was wanting to.
I mean, this is where he worked here quite a bit, making his money for his trip, you know.
Yeah, I thought it was
It really did mean a lot to him. He worked real hard, got a lot of stuff done for. I wish he would have stayed. He never did want to stay. He was really passionate about going on his adventures and making a life for himself, really. Yeah, I mean, this is a lot of work here. A lot different without him. You know, almost disappointing, really. Just nice to know he went doing something he likes to do.
And you're good.
My name's Ron. I met Chris on the side of the road when he was hitchhiking. He looked pretty rough, but he looked like a nice enough kid, so I thought I would pick him up and help him out a little bit. And, you know, before I met Chris, I didn't really have anybody. You know, my son and wife, they were killed in the car accident a while ago, and after that I just kind of fell off the wall, man. I took to the alcohol, and that really consumed my life, but I managed to get clean, and then when Chris came around, everything changed. You know, he was kind of like a son to me. I can't believe he's gone, but I mean, you know, we had a lot of good times together. He stayed with me for just a few weeks for the first time around, and we spent a lot of time together, did a lot of things, and he really grew on me. And you know, I wanted to adopt him, but he seemed a little scared of that offer, so I kind of tried not to push too hard. And when he left, you know, I was distraught. I finally found someone in my life that I loved, and then they just disappeared again. And when I heard he was dead, I couldn't believe it. You know, I thought he would make it out in Alaska. He made it all the way from DC, so you know, I figured he'd be okay. You know, I offered stuff to make him a little safer. I gave him clothes and money and food and all that stuff, but I don't know, I don't think he wanted it. I don't know if he used it, but I just can't believe he's gone.
Hi, my name is John Kakauer, and I wrote Into the Wild. But Candelas inspired me to write this book because he was so adamant about his dreams. Back in the article in 1992, I mean, his death really inspired me to write Into the Wild, which explains his journey, finding himself, and instead of his parents choosing him like for his life, he actually chose his own destiny to do whatever.
My name is Walt, and Alex was my son. His actual name is Chris, but most people know him by Alex. As a kid, I'll be honest, he had some trouble. I had a different family. I have different kids, so I wasn't really around for either of them. So I wanted to be fair. So I left my family, both of them, quite often, and I actually didn't know how much it hurt both my family, both sides, and especially Alex. And yeah, sorry, I'm getting emotional, but yeah, especially for Alex, it was really hard because he was an athlete. He had a lot of pressure on him. I put a lot of pressure on him. I wanted him to be what I was, but at that time, that never went through my mind. Now that he's gone, I would like to apologize to him for what I've done. It's not something I did deliberately. It's just something that happened, and I wish I could fix it, but nothing I can do. But he knows I love him, and that's what matters the most. He understands that, and I wished a better life for him. He's in a better place right now, and I'm sure I'll see him again.
And action. Action.
Oh, I do some shit.
Okay. Alright, ready? Ready? Hi, I'm John Kakauer, and I am the author of this book. I'm John Kakauer. Wait, I got this. Hi, I'm John Kakauer, and I'm the author. Alright, you good?
He was in a tent, and I had a question for him. I tried to ask him, but he just ignored me. He had attitude.